Life is primarily made up of choices we're forced into.
As I lie in my bed, I consider this, the only lesson of my father's I've ever taken to heart. The memory always drifts to me on the rough baritone of his voice, a sound made brittle and choked by the smoke of many cigarettes and the heat of countless arguments.
Never regret anything. It changes nothing, eases nothing.
He would say this as he watched my mother cook for the 6 of us. A family he would deny when the frustration of failed dreams collided with the delusion of lost potential and became a potent rage that would rock the walls of our small home in the early hours of the morning. The ungodly hours. The ungodly hours. The hours reserved for the clashing of daggers masked as wagging tongues and poison camouflaged as words. The time when spit flies like shrapnel, landing indiscriminately on vulnerable flesh, and fingers curl themselves into palms of hands or splay themselves out tall as soldiers and explode like unseen mines. The time of endless repetition, when words were repeated so often that their meanings are dulled, forgotten, erased. When he left, I was 12, and I hated him for it.
I know you don't understand.
No, I do.
Jason, life is made up of choices.
How I hated those words. Familiar, useless. Now, as years have passed and I have my own life, my own family to be burdened by, my own wife to argue with, my own regrets to handle, I can see the sense in the words of a drowning man. I find myself beginning to wonder when he first began to sink in his hate. When was the first time he looked at my mother and thought, why am I with this woman? When was the first time he looked at us kids and hoped we weren't his, so he could walk out guiltless? When was the first night he lay awake in his bed while his wife slumbered beside him and wondered at how much he had become like his own father? Was it a night like this?